What is good, everybody? It's Stealth, and we're back with another Minecraft video today. Hope you guys are all doing great. Hope you had the most incredible holiday season ever, the best Christmas ever. And I have to say really quick, this is probably the first video I've made in over a week where I sound like my normal self. I don't sound like an alien. I'm healthy again, or almost healthy. I'm like 90% there, but it feels good to be back in my ninja boots. And today I figured, why not talk about something that, I'm really passionate about besides gaming and Minecraft, which are movies. Especially now that 2019 is here, I figured, why not share some of my favorite movies of 2018? So I would like you guys to do the same down below in the comment section. Name 5 movies you really enjoyed this year down below, and don't forget to hashtag StealthArmy, because I will be liking and favoriting some of the best comments in today's video. And guys, if you enjoy any of the movies I mentioned in today's video, let me know down below and leave a like. It'd be a huge help, guys, and it'd be greatly appreciated, and it lets me know you enjoy these type of videos as well. So with that said, let's get started with, we'll say, movie number 5. And this isn't really in a specific order, I guess, but we'll just start off with number 5, and that is Black Panther, which came out early 2018. And Black Panther was a game changer. I feel like Black Panther is one of the best Marvel movies out there easily. And considering the amount of superhero movies we get every single year, we're starting to feel like that oversaturation, like it's just constant superhero movies left and right. And to have something very different and very unique like Black Panther just do exceptionally well, from start to finish, it was just one of those movies that was just, it had you on edge. Like, the music was great, the acting was on point. You sympathized with the villain at times. You were sort of conflicted. You're like, what's right, what's wrong? And at the end of the day, like, Black Panther came through and he showed us like what it is to be a hero and to be empathetic as well. And I just love it. I love this entire movie from start to finish. It's one of my favorite movies out there. One of my favorite superhero movies, and that's why it's on my list. Now, let's move on to number 4, which is called A Quiet Place. And all of these movies I saw in the movie theater as well, so I definitely got that full experience when I saw these movies originally. And A Quiet Place is technically a horror movie. It's a scary movie. And when I went to see this movie, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. And, with obvious reasons, you don't want to spoil too much in a trailer. So when I saw A Quiet Place, I have to say the atmosphere was intense, because if you've seen this movie, it's very quiet because I don't want to spoil anything, I don't want to give away too much, but there are these creatures that live on Earth now. They're technically aliens, whatever you want to call them, and they react to sound, right? So, the people that are in this movie, they don't really talk. They use sign language to communicate, they use gestures and other ways to communicate without using their voice. So it's a very intense movie that has you on edge because, if there's a noise, you already know that's going to attract these creatures, and they are there to destroy and kill everybody. It's really intense. It's very scary at times, and, you do feel for the people in this movie. Like, you feel like you're almost there with them. It's really great, and I enjoyed this movie from start to finish as well. Now, moving on to my next favorite movie of 2018, which would have to be Venom. Now, I really love Venom. Venom has always been one of those anti-heroes and one of those creatures that you sort of just want to root for, even though, Venom isn't technically a hero and he's up to no good, or it's up to no good. But Venom has so much personality, similar to Deadpool, which Deadpool 1 is still one of my favorite movies out there. I did like Deadpool 2, but it's just not as good if you ask me. So that's why Deadpool 2 isn't really on my list. I know some of you guys are going to feel differently about that, but I feel like Deadpool 2 isn't as good as Deadpool 1. But back to Venom, I really did like this movie for some reasons that really had nothing to do with the direction that it was going, because I feel like the plot was sort of all over the place. I didn't really care for the villain as much, and I feel like the pacing wasn't the best, but the chemistry between Venom and Eddie really carried the movie from start to finish. It was just, you were there for Venom and Eddie, because when they were talking to one another, it was just hilarious, and it was just very entertaining. And I think that's really what made Venom such a successful movie. It did really well, and I think most of that was just due to the chemistry between the symbiote and their host. And I just really love the movie. And I can't wait for Carnage, man. Carnage is about to be wicked. But let's move on to my next movie of 2018, which would have to be Infinity War. Infinity War, like, it's such an incredible movie. It has to be one of the best movies, one of the best superhero movies of all time. And I did say that about Black Panther, but I feel like with Infinity War, it's just an exceptional movie for different reasons. Like, you're talking about a lot of superheroes in one movie, and they find a way to pull it off. Like, the balance between all the characters, like, they all have a good amount of time. You understand like what everybody's going through. They're going through different battles, and they're on different planets and different universes, but it all just organically comes together. And Thanos, man, where do we start with Thanos? He carries the movie, and a lot of the movie is from his perspective, so you come to understand his twisted beliefs, why he's doing what he's doing, even though we all know he's going about things the wrong way. He's a villain. He's a super villain. Like, this guy, his presence is overwhelming. Every time he's on the screen, you just feel like hopelessness. You know they're gonna lose. Like, that's just how it is. It's because it's Thanos. Like, he is pretty much like a god in this movie, and you just feel that presence, that overwhelming pressure that, you know, the Avengers are gonna lose, which they do end up losing. And Thanos is like, honestly, the main character of Infinity War, which leads to Infinity War Part 2. So I guess we'll see what happens. I think we're all gonna go see that movie in a couple months. But let's move on to my final movie on the list, which is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And this has to be one of the best animated movies, one of the best movies of all time. And I feel like I've been using that a lot in today's video. But if you haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it's very hard to describe why this movie is so good, but I feel like for the most part, it's a very beautiful movie. Like, the animation is gorgeous. Like, they did such an amazing job with the animation, the characters, the voice acting. There's so many different personalities in this movie, and they all come together, and it just works out. Like, there's so much comedy, there's the tragedy element. There's one thing in this movie that happens, and I'm not going to spoil anything. The movie's brand new, so I'm not going to talk too much about this, but there's a death in this movie, and I'm not going to lie. It hurt me, because I was like, no, this can't happen, and you feel it. Like, you feel like the impact of this death. It's such an incredible movie that it takes you through the roller coaster, the emotional roller coaster, and you have that quality of the animation. And of course, it's a Spider-Man movie. Everybody loves Spider-Man, and to have a new young Spider-Man like Miles Morales, you do get that like feeling that we've seen this before, but it's in a completely different format, a completely different type of story. But you have all the Spider-Mans in this universe, so they all like are lifting each other up. They're all on the same team, and it's really beautiful. It's like a family movie. Like, this is something you want to see with friends, with family. It's a masterpiece. But guys, let me know how you feel about the movies I mentioned in today's video. Be sure to share your top 5 favorite movies of 2018 down below in the comment section. And don't forget to hit that notification bell sign so you guys don't miss a video or a stream. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video. So take care. Peace.
Get ready for the next battle.